Hello everyone, here we are at ITC DIA in Barcelona, where I have the good fortune to interview the Queen of InsurTech, Sabine Vanderlinden. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your organization.
So I'm Sabine Vanderlinden, and I build R&D and commercialization labs for insurance companies. What that means is that we are aiming to enable them to collaborate more effectively with startups, adopt them on their day-to-day, not only with the ability to democratize the framework of startup corporate collaboration, but also industrialize in country. So the goal is to enable corporations, insurance companies, to be a little bit more streamlined in the way they implement startup. My goal is adoption, right? It's not lipstick on the pig or, doing a lot of evaluation. At the end of the day, the value is in the implementation. Many corporations are still focusing on efficiency improvement. But my goal long term would be to get them to develop new products, new services, and maybe change their business model to become a little bit more dynamic.
So Sabine, a couple of days ago, you ran your own event as a warm-up to ITC DIA here in Barcelona around commercial sustainability.
Absolutely.
Obviously I went to the event, I thought it was fantastic, so well done.
Thank you.
From your point of view, how do you feel it went, and what were the key takeaways?
So for me, the event went very well. I was fortunate, I was able to work with Yannick Evans from Swiss Re, Magda Hamada from WTW, and Emmanuel Djingue from RGAX. And what we were aiming to do is not only bring some insight around commercial lines and sustainability, but also the world of life and health and sustainability. So from a commercial lines viewpoint, we have all those climate events, right? Flooding, wildfire, heat wave, tornado, so on and so forth, which have accelerated because of the way we actually create human-made disasters. And actually technology can enable insurance companies to be much more predictive and prevent and mitigate those risks. So our goal was to actually enable the conversation to take place and bring startup and corporate together to talk about the problem and start seeing how that business model can become more dynamic. On the life and health, what was interesting is we were looking at longevity and aging. Something which is affecting us all. Even though I know, Simon, we look very young. At some point, we will probably want to retire. And how do we make life and health more sustainable? And so we were able to meet interesting startup like Senior, for instance, which was talking about their collaboration with insurers and big tech providers to start enabling new services for the senior community, for instance. So again, tech enabled by insurance, driving better value and services for different communities. As you know, Swiss Re, in their Sigma reports, highlight we have a massive protection gap, $1.8 trillion. And some of those numbers goes beyond, saying that we potentially have only 50% of the 275 billion global economic losses covered today. So the protection gap is massive, and we need to find ways to address it.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Well, I was there, it was great, and that's a wonderful summary, so thanks for that, really good.
My pleasure, Simon.
Obviously, one of the big hot topics that everyone's talking about is AI, including generative AI and ChatGPT. In your mind, what are the biggest ways that AI is already affecting the industry and will affect the industry, including the different types of aspects of the business, if you like?
Generative AI, artificial intelligence in any case is going to transform the business of insurance. And generative AI, because generative AI make AI more approachable to the business person like you and I, is going to change the way we work. I think what you are going to find is probably lower jobs are going to disappear because companies will be looking for more informed domain experts with the knowledge to actually use the AI to solve big problems.
Yeah.
It's going to touch everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
during the weekend, I played with generative AI
Yeah.
over the weekend
Yeah.
to see what it can do. So look at it from a marketing viewpoint. No data, no confidential data being shared on open AI.
Yeah.
But what you actually can see from the capabilities already available out there is you can write faster, you can do picture faster, you can actually do video. As you know, I have my own avatar and I also clone my voice. That is marketing.
Yeah. Really clever, huh?
But now legal. Imagine legal contracts. You can actually check, compare them much faster.
Yeah.
You can actually get them written as well.
Yeah.
Claims processing, underwriting will be using generative AI in the future. But what I also see now is you have closed generative AI platforms being developed, which will actually enable the production, the development of much more vertical problem-solving capability across insurance. So insurance, but then you will have insurance claims, you will have insurance GI, commercial, life and health. And so that is where the opportunity is going, where the large language model is now customized for industry in a safe environment so that companies can put their own data on it. I've talked to a few companies already, and we'll see what the future tells us around generative AI in insurance.
Yeah, I mean, it's early days, isn't it? But
it is still early days.
It's exciting, but also at the same time, you have to be in some ways careful. As you know, MAPFRE has done their report about responsible AI, which we just read the event. But yeah, big changes ahead for sure. Yeah.
Big changes, and as you said, what we'll need to watch out for is that responsibility within the organization, the human in the loop, and making sure that we follow the law. The European Commission AI directive asks us to use AI, responsibly, making sure it's trustworthy, explainable, and transparent as well.
There's obviously been a lot said and a lot written about the big drop-off in InsurTech funding. So just to share with our viewers, what are your thoughts on this, I guess, now, and maybe what you see in the immediate future in the funding space?
So it's interesting, Simon, because imagine 2021 was the year for fintech, InsurTech.
Yeah.
During those years, there were around $150 billion invested in fintech, around $17 billion invested in InsurTech. 2022, that halved. So around $70 to $100 billion invested in fintechs, around $8 billion invested in InsurTechs. This year is going to half again.
Half again, yeah.
And the main reason is the way the market is going, right? High inflation, high interest rate, high cost of capital. Investors have capital, but they are more, they are trying to invest that capital in a much more secured way and in a much more integrative way. So they will look at the unit economics, the finances, the business model much closer they have in the future, in the past. Meaning that they are not funding on PPT anymore. They actually want a value proposition. They want to look at the product and make sure that it's a working product that a customer segment wants.
Maybe looking for a profit, not just growth as well. Huh?
Absolutely. Now it's all about profit and reducing burn rate.
No, very good.
Now, when I look at the future, what might happen this year, I think a lot of M&A, a lot of merger and acquisition are taking place. Some amongst startups themselves, becoming bigger startups doing the same thing. Insurers acquiring younger startups. You probably heard about Luco being acquired by Admiral for 11 million. When they were valued, I think around 14 million. So we are going to see a lot of those valuation slash and actually insurers taking advantage of the opportunity to acquire startups. So M&A definitely on the road.
M&A. I think there'll be some more like M&A now with the InsurTechs.
100%. But I think like anything, the future is bright because we still need to innovate. We need to make those business models resilient to the future. And we need to answer the need of the customer. And so I would see more focus on major themes, as you said, sustainability. Young people only want to join companies with purpose and aligned to sustainability goals as well.
Really cool.
So you will find startup being maybe more focused around things that matter to the customer and therefore which are going to matter to the insurance company. Still, 80% of InsurTech startups are enablers. enablers.
Yeah. Okay,
So
great.
therefore,
Yes.
they need to collaborate and partner with the corporates to actually achieve their objectives.
Yeah.
And so from looking at the fact that we are going to see M&As, we also are going to see more digital ecosystem and collaboration to take place.
Yeah, very good. And just from the incumbents' point of view, are you seeing more willingness for the incumbents to engage with InsurTech? Are you seeing that?
So in general, before I would say this year probably, there is a lot of reassessment, there is a lot of strategy redesign, there is a lot of fears around generative AI. So there is collaboration, but they need to be the right collaborations.
Yeah.
And as you know, any life stage or life cycles, we may go into a little bit of a dip of life cycles around innovation, but this is going to come out at some point toward the end of the year, and we are going to see, corporates reinventing themselves into the way they are collaborating with startups, definitely in 2024.
And I guess to sort of wrapping up, AI, generative AI, that's been obviously a big topic. People have been talking about that. What do you see as the other sort of hot topics that are out there now in the market that people are talking about that you're seeing?
So yes, as you said, AI, generative AI, sustainability. I look at it from a commercial lines and life and health because I think that is where there's a lot of opportunity because it's very understandable what you can do. But think about startup like Kita, for instance, doing carbon trading. So you are going to see other areas sustainability coming to bear as well. New sustainable carbon and emission insurance products emerging as well. But I think, we have changed the way we work. We are hybrid remote workers.
Yeah.
And that means that we have a lot of points technology around the home, different homes.
Yeah.
Which means that we're also creating risk. So cyber security risk is going to be hot and probably one of the largest markets in the future growing. I think we still need to look at the digital asset insurance. Cryptocurrencies are emerging even more. And so to enable people, underserved markets to still be able to earn a living when you have high inflation in the market.
Yeah.
So I think we are going to see more sexy products to tackle the emerging risks which are coming to market right now.
Yeah, okay, fantastic, excellent. So, that really brings me to the last question really is, sort of things are already changing fast, but kind of looking ahead, say the next 3 to 5 years, what do you think the next things are looking ahead in terms of what will come to the market?
3 to 5 years, it's far away. But I would say, we are still going to go through digital transformation, reviewing the annual report of the top 30 insurers in Europe. The number one initiative was still digital transformation. As I mentioned, future of work will be big, which will bring more digital assets, more look at digital assets and digital insurance. So I think the world is moving far more digital, and so therefore they will bring new emerging risk, which we don't know yet. And so businesses need to be prepared for digitization. No choice.
Very good. Well, Sabine, really appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
It's been lovely to talk to you as always. Thank you very much.
Thank you.